Oh, what's going on, LBHT crew? B, what's going on?
A whole lot this week, actually.
Yeah, man, I love it. Look, our man Suge Knight 323. He could not wait. He could not wait. He said, "All the smoke." That's right. We're gonna be talking about all the smoke. Kwame Brown wants it. He wants all the smoke that you can give him, and then some. All right. We're gonna be talking about some Kwame Brown drama. Gilbert Arenas, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. Okay. Lots of fun there. That span over the last 3 days or so.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a playoff game tonight. A play-in game with the Lakers and Golden State. And by the way, if you guys are into basketball, you're into the NBA and into the playoffs, we will be doing, I think, a post-game show later tonight. That's gonna be late. That's gonna be a late one. But if you're still up, we're gonna talk about the game right after it. So be on the lookout for that. Eric L, what's going on? Glad to see you here.
What's up, Eric?
Yeah, we're gonna be talking, of course, Ravens. We always gotta give you guys the Ravens content. JK Dobbins, was he disrespected? Was he disrespected by Pro Football Focus? We're gonna talk about it. Click one is in the house. What's going on? Thank y'all for joining the live stream. Everybody's coming in here. I'm gonna give you a second to get in, and you guys already know how we like to start the beginning of our show. But real quick, before we get into that, let's just go ahead and get out the way, man. You see it right here, patreon.com/LBHT show. Okay. We're getting ready to start fantasy football, and we're getting ready to do our pick'em league when the season starts, man. We need some more people to sign up for the league. Okay, go ahead and sign up. $3. We changed it, so $3 tier and a $10 tier can both sign up for fantasy football and pick'em league, man. That's a great deal. You're gonna want to be a part of it. Right now, we're getting ready to decide which platform we're going to use for fantasy football. I think ESPN.com is winning right now.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Yeah. Oh, our patron Deshaun's in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Deshaun?
Kwame Brown got smoke for everybody. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Jazzy JJ, what's good with y'all? What's good with you, Jazzy JJ? King Bird 56. What's up, Brody? It's all good.
It's gotta be like that. What's up, King?
Oh man, Davon Johnson from the DJ and K show is in the house. LBHT crew. Davon, I was just listening to the episode FTC. F those kids. That was a great episode, man. I love that one. But make sure y'all check that out, man. DJ and K show. He said, what you say? What you say if my mom was cooking now? Mr. J the 6 is in the house. He said he got his coin. Awesome.
Nice.
He got his coin. So speaking of the coin,
thank you, Jay.
one of the perks of signing up for the $10 tier right here. So you can get this in focus a little bit. Yeah. Yep. We got a few left. Make sure you get one of those. All right, before they're gone. Those are limited coins. So yes, thank you for being a patron. What's me?
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, my bad, man. I'm sensitive to that because it's a lifetime of people not getting my name right.
Yeah. yeah. It's all good. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we like to start the show. All right, because every day is Black History Day. Every month is Black History Month over here on the LBHT show. So B has a Black History fact for you, and it's going to tie right into our first story.
Well, first, Eric L. He said he received his coin also, and it is outstanding. Again, not thank us, thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Man, Eric L has been really supporting us, man. Look, we notice every comment, every donation, everything. Thank you, Yazar. Same thing, man. He dropped a donation on our last video. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Really.
So this week it's going to be real quick. We're going to open up with the show with a certain topic that's been pretty hot over the week, over the last few days. I think that if you ask a lot of people who the first high schooler drafted #1 overall in basketball would be, they would say Moses Malone, and that's true. But he was drafted to the ABA, the first high schooler to be drafted number 1 overall into the NBA is none other than Kwame Brown.
Yes.
So, kind of sort of, I mean, I guess you could call it a little cheat this week, but that leads right into Kwame Brown and his exploding YouTube channel or Instagram channel, whichever it is. And the ongoing beef with the all the smoke guys.
So have you guys been following this? Because I mean, he just came out of nowhere and he came on fire, and I was just like, all right, let me see what got him so heated, because I honestly, not until today, I didn't go back and look to see what Gilbert and Steven Jackson and them said.
Yeah,
but I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was initially, I heard Kwame Brown his response first, and I was like, man, I wonder what they said to get him that angry.
Yeah.
And then I heard that Gilbert Arenas was on the show, and I was like, oh, that's what happened. Gilbert is an incredibly disrespectful person. And so I assume he said something,
what I thought.
Something very personal, something over the line. And then I went back and listened, and I mean, not really. They made a couple of jokes about him, being a bust, but I mean, it wasn't anything too bad. I mean, they called him a show pony, which is never good, I guess. Meaning he looked the part, but he couldn't play. Gilbert told the story about how Kwame would come to him in the huddle. He's like, yeah, I know they called the play for me, but don't pass me the ball yet. Let me get a tip in first before you try and pass me the ball, because he didn't have any confidence.
Yeah.
But they also said that they thought that he could have been, the kind of Anthony Davis, if not for Michael Jordan crushing his confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it was more of a dig on Michael Jordan than it was Kwame Brown to me.
Yeah.
Like when I heard it, like I thought, like B said, I thought Gilbert Arenas, he definitely said something disrespectful, right? But nah, man, like I think he, when they asked him about Kwame, he responded like a teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to, he's like, okay, we all know what it is with Kwame Brown, but it ain't really his fault. That's kind of how it came off to me.
Yeah, and I think that the reason that Kwame, I see a lot of people asking why why he got so angry and all that. I think that it's really just all the years and years and years and years and years of people making jokes about him. Yeah. I mean, he played in the NBA for 12 years. I mean, obviously he didn't live up to the pick, but I mean, you click one thing, he's the Jamarcus Russell of the NFL.
I was going to read that. That's not true. Yeah.
No. Like Jamarcus was in and out. Kwame, eventually he worked himself into being a decent role player for a couple of years, but I think he's just real tired of it, and that's why he went off on Stephen A. Smith also about Stephen A. going on TV and calling him a bona fide scrub and talking about he's got little hands,
got the hands of a toddler.
He got bad feet. And he doesn't have a post move that he could commit to memory and do more than once in a row. I was like, so he didn't appreciate it, and I think he finally went over his limit.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? Because people have been taking shots at him for years, and he's been real quiet. Like he didn't say anything while he played. He didn't say anything at all. And yeah, he did get marginally better, but he's always going to be remembered as a number 1 overall bust. And that is because of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's he's not a good person. He's a jerk, right? I mean, that's really what Gilbert was saying. Like Michael Jordan is a jerk. Like imagine being drafted by your idol and he just, he dogs you out, right? Or not drafted.
Every chance he gets. And he was still playing for the Wizards at that point.
Yeah. So I mean,
and then the infamous story that he made Kwame Brown cry. I mean, Kwame was 18 years old and he grew up looking up to Michael Jordan. I bet he did make him cry.
That's a lot of pressure. Lot of pressure. Not the right situation for Kwame Brown. And I'm sure that killed his confidence, and he didn't say anything his whole career. And I'm sure that was just the last straw. It wasn't anything. I mean, they could have just mentioned his name and not said anything else, and he was going to go off.
You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here, Ferris. Michael Olowokandi was worse. Now, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but this is the kind of stuff that sets people off. Like, why is he in it now?
Yeah,
he didn't do nothing to nobody.
But Olowokandi, where you are, Don't, when you start your YouTube channel, do not call us out. We are not saying anything about you. Okay.
I like the little candy, the candy man.
Yeah. All right. Let's see some comments here. Gilbert went light and actually reached out to him. Him and Gilbert are good. Yes.
And Gilbert is afraid.
Yes. One of like the 8 videos he put out in the last 24 hours, he did mention that him and Gilbert talked and they're good. And like I said, man, like I just didn't get it from the video that Gilbert was trying to go in on him at all, like one bit. You know?
Yeah.
And more so, man,
one of the rare moments of Gilbert trying to be a good guy.
Yeah, and more so, like I could have sworn, and like I said, I didn't see what they said initially until today. I thought maybe, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, like, I figured they might, talk some trash or whatever, because this is kind of like, their thing. But they didn't say anything either. Like they kind of laughed at Gilbert. He made kind of light of the situation or whatever. And that was it. But he really went in on Matt Barnes, man. I think he just wants to fight Matt Barnes. Maybe it had something to do when they played or something. I don't know.
I think it was, he was teammates with all those guys, and he was just sick of it. And, and I'm sure that a part of it is he's like, I gotta get my numbers up.
Yeah, Dave, Becky with the good hair. Yeah. He called him Becky with the good hair. He called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. Multiple times. He called them boys.
Photo ops.
He called them boys. We could start calling them boys. I'm like, yo, like you're younger than all of them, but you're calling them boys.
Yeah. Well, and the reason is, Steven Jackson, he hopped online and was throwing all kinds of threats at Andrew Wiggins a couple years ago, and now that it's Kwame Brown, he ain't got nothing to say. I see some people saying, he's trying to turn over a new leaf. He found religion and all this. Like, okay, but maybe don't be on all the smoke then, calling people out.
Well, that was Kwame's point, right? He said you need to change it to some of the smoke. You don't want all the smoke. I want all the smoke, right? and that's absolutely where the name came from, right? Like Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, like they're supposed to be the real ones. They're supposed to be the tough guys, right? And
to be fair, Matt Barnes did challenge him to a fight, sort of. I mean, he invited him on the show, and either come on the show and we'll talk it out. And like, if we need to fight before, during, or after, we can do that too. Like, I don't think you really want that, but at least he responded at this point.
All right, so Mr. Jada6 has a question, right? My thing is, why is he still caring after 20 years? Why talk trash multiple times after multiple generations have come and gone? I'll tell you why. Because it's pent up frustration, right? Mm-hmm. Part of it, most of it is pent up frustration, man. Like I'm tired of all these people just dogging me out. I'm just trying to live my life, and somebody just keeps bringing my name up. There've been plenty of busts. There've been plenty of players that have been worse than me, but my name still gets brought up,
And Stephen A, to his credit, he said that also after Kwame went on his rant about Stephen A. Somebody asked Stephen A to respond. He said, "No, I will not." He said, Kwame is right. It's time to just let it go. Like, why are we still talking about him? Too much. It's too much.
And guys, and the other small part of it is, man, his YouTube channel has blown up. Man, me and B joked about this yesterday, right? I was like, man, if he just wants some attention, he can just come on the show. We can get him a few subscribers, mm-hmm. Just come on the LBHT show. He only had 2,000 subscribers yesterday. Yeah. I think yesterday morning he had about 2,000 subscribers. He would post on there every now and then. He posts a video. I'm pretty sure it would have been easy to book him to come on the show and just chop it up, right? Today, as of about 2 hours ago, he had 26,000 subscribers. The number's still going up.
Yeah.
Right. So
when you're
hot, when you're hot, you keep giving the people what they want. Mm-hmm. Right. Don't be surprised if he starts selling some shirts here soon. Okay. Selling some merch.
I see Ferris is very entertained by the fact that Kwame started to sing in the middle of his trash talk video. One of them.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, I see it. He started saying, "Where's Suge?" Because Suge was very excited about this.
Suge loves this story. Loves it.
Yeah. Yeah, Davon, Jamel's getting fried too. And again, I think she didn't say anything.
Catching strays.
Yeah. So that was another thing. And my mistake is I'm going straight to the response before I see what happened. So I see Kwame Brown going in on Jamel Hill, and he's like, "Yo, Jamel, you always do this to black men. You call me violent, this and that." And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with it because Jamel has made some questionable comments in the past. So I'm like, yeah, I assumed, okay, Jamel might have said something she shouldn't have said or whatever. But no, man, all she did was just say, man, he chose violence today. He woke up and chose violence, right? Everybody knows what that means, except Kwame Brown.
Right. It's weird, right? The story has all kinds of villains who are not the villain of this story.
Wait, hold on, Davon. Roy Hibbert, you call him a bust? He wasn't a bust. He had a couple of good years. Yeah, I wouldn't call him he wasn't a bust. I wouldn't call him a bust.
Hasheem Thabit, though, Ferris, yes, that one hurt me. I used to draft Hasheem Thabit in 2K and dominate the league for years.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be the greatest of all time. Z the Beast is in the house. What's going on, Z? Kwame Brown was speaking nothing but facts. What up, man? What's up? Yeah. King of Pugo's in the house. What's going on, King of Pugo? What's up, man? We see you. We see you guys in here. Deshaun says he might want to space out his uploads. Yeah, that YouTube algorithm is going to wear him out at this point. Yeah. Next week he gonna put out like one video and all his views are gonna go away.
Yeah.
It's new to him.
That's why he's got to get on all the smoke. Got to keep it going.
Oh man, that is funny. That's funny. Stephen A has been traveling through the years, going college tours, referencing Kwame Brown. Yep, that's right. Yep. Oh, Deshaun says he's up to 30,000. He gained 30,000 followers. Wow. Sheesh, man. I wouldn't stop talking either. We're gonna have to try to book him. You guys, next time you do the live stream, go to his channel and say, "Yo, go on the LBHT show." I'm just joking. We don't really do guests like that. He said Deshaun says him and Matt Barnes gonna do an undercard Jake Paul fight. Guys, this is exactly what, look. This needs to happen at some point, right? Jake Paul always wants to do these fake matches, right? And you hire ex UFC fighters to take dives and all this stuff, right? Yeah. You want to do these little scrimmages that don't mean anything. Do a card where you have some people with real grudges against each other, some real beef. Right, this would be perfect. You can do. Look, you guys watch enough YouTube. You know who the YouTubers are out there that have beef with each other. All right, have them on one pay-per-view. Just getting in the ring, just slugging it out, man. I would pay to see that.
Now, from the sounds of things, from what Gilbert is saying, Kwame Brown and Matt Barnes' fight would not last very long at all.
I don't think so either.
Gilbert's in the comments, talking about, hell no, I don't want to fight Kwame. I saw him take on like 20 security guards outside a club. He wants no part of it. But Matt said he'd fight him. Okay, so hop on Triller, and make it worthwhile.
Yeah. Dave, I'll say he plug in all of our shows on this live. There you go. There you go. Kwame, I'm just curious to see how this is going to all play out in the end. I mean, it's already playing out. He's got a lot of subscribers and a lot of views. I want to see how far he can take this. He said, guys, do Stephen A. Smith got Jason hairline? What do you mean? Jason, like from Friday the 13th, Jason? I don't know. But anyway, look, the story continues. He might be live streaming right now. I don't know. Right. He had a lot to say. He mentioned Jordan at some point, but I can't remember what he said about him. If you guys know what he said, that's what I want to see him go in on Jordan, because we need that other 30 for 30, the dark side of Jordan, right? Because we all watched the Last Dance, and the heavily edited Jordan I'm great, Everything about me is great. Don't believe the rumors about me being drunk in the flu game. It was a bad pizza. That's all it was. I ate the whole pizza,
To save the security guys.
Yeah.
Who are the only people I ever hung out with.
Yes, I want the unauthorized documentary with all his teammates and, friends just really go in on him and really tell that side of him.
Well, his teammates anyway.
Yeah, his teammates. That would be great. I will love it.
But this just, it was so weird because you haven't heard Kwame Brown ever talk about anything.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. He said he looked like he got the Friday the 13th headline. Okay.
Yeah, you never heard Kwame Brown say anything. The only, the only story you know about Kwame Brown publicly is just Michael made him cry and he was a bust. So to see him pop up, rolling around wherever it is he's living, and just calling out Gilbert and Steven and Matt Barnes like that, over and over and over and over and over, and them not wanting any part of it is kind of shocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I said, when it's other people, they're all about it. The story Matt Barnes went to fight Derek Fisher. Steven Jackson was calling out Andrew Wiggins. Talking about he wants to fight Andrew Wiggins. And Kwame showed up in there like, I got nothing to say.
Yeah, he said peace and love, man. And you know what? Look, shout out to Steven Jackson. Relax, Jacob. Shout out to Steven Jackson because, man, he's absolutely right, man. Look, he's getting older. He can't keep fighting those battles, especially against, guys like him that could absolutely, crush him with a Deontay Wilder type punch, right? Like, no, man, I didn't even say anything about you. No, I don't want any problems, right? That's an easy one to walk away from. It's an easy one to walk away from. I didn't say anything about you. I said nothing about you. Right? Like, I'm not even sure if he asked a question. I think Matt Barnes might have asked a question. Like, he was just sitting there.
Steven asked the question.
Yeah.
Steven asked the questions.
That's it.
Right,
but he didn't. They didn't go in on him at all. Like, my man, I got no problem with you, man. Be at peace, man. Just go. I wouldn't even say that much. But look, I got no problem with you, man. Like that's all I gotta say. I got no problems. I didn't say anything bad about you. Just go back and listen to it. That's all. That's it. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Matt Barnes is going a different way with it.
Matt Barnes. Look, but even Matt Barnes, it's you can say that. You can say, oh yeah, we can throw hands if you want, whatever. But you ain't really gonna do it.
Kwame will.
Kwame will. Kwame probably hit him up already. Like, let's set it up. I know a gym.
Well, he told Stephen A to go meet him in Seattle, where it's the only place where you don't need a waiver for hand-to-hand combat. That's what he said in his video.
Jeez.
And I read the little article that's talking about it. He's like, he knows that Seattle is the only place where you don't need that for some reason. I don't know why Kwame Brown knows that, but he knows.
So that means you definitely don't want to fight that guy. He already picked out a spot for you guys to go and fight. Zeta B says Kwame brought up stats and screens. Yeah. I know he was
He's letting everybody know he set the screens for that 81-point game.
Yeah. Mr. J says, okay, Darko Milicic, that's a good one to bring up.
Well, Anthony Bennett's the biggest bust ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, it's not even his fault. No one expected him to go number 1 overall. That's all on Dan Gilbert.
Yeah, he didn't expect it either. He looked shocked when they called his name. He wasn't ready at all. He's like, "What? Oh, me? Oh, okay. I guess."
Yeah, fair. Kwame said, "The mad who you mad at, your white granddaddy or your black granddaddy?"
Man, like that. The way he went off, I was like, I got to hear what they said, man. Like, they must have said something real disrespectful.
Yeah, he told Gil he's the whitest black boy he knows he's ever met.
Damn.
Like,
yeah, and you asked what did Gil say? I mean, they asked him about Kwame. Well, they're asking him about turning the franchise around, right, when he was there, and he was just talking about his teammates, and he brought up Kwame, but he wasn't like this bum over here, Kwame. He didn't say anything like that. He's just like Kwame, had it rough. That's basically what he said. Kwame had it rough, and they asked him a little bit more about that. He's just like, I think he could have been a lot better if Jordan didn't mess him up.
Yeah,
Jordan killed his confidence.
He could have been like Anthony Davis, but Michael Jordan messed it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, he's still talking. All right.
He
Jazzy
said
J.
he was the fastest dude on the team too.
Jazzy J
Because
said
he
y'all
is
been
the last.
stop estimate Mac because
That's what Kwame said too. He said, "Y'all sent the light skinned boy after me. I thought he would get me with his good skin." What?
Yo, oh my goodness. Yo, a Star is Born, B. All right. Do we got you got any more to add to this?
I mean, probably next week after his next 5 videos.
Yeah. This is gonna be an ongoing story. All right. We're going to go from that to some more disrespect, B.
Oh Lord.
This might be even worse. This might be even worse.
Even worse.
This might be even worse than what Kwame Brown thought was said about him. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. JK Dobbins Pro Football Focus grade. Okay, you want to talk about disrespect?
Not his grade. It was just it was a preseason rankings.
Oh, it's ranking
the top 32 running backs in the league according to PFF Sam.
I'll change it. It's ranking. All right, you go ahead and break down the disrespect, and I'll change this real quick.
So, PFF Sam just put out a list, ranking his top 32 running backs, and J.K. Dobbins came in at number 26. Excuse me. He came in at number 26. Gus Edwards didn't make the list at all, and Ravens Twitter is just, they are in a bit of a tizzy over it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I agree that he's ranked too low. And he has several rookies ranked ahead of him, which makes no sense. But, it's nothing to be upset over.
No. Look. You sent me the list. I should have pulled it up. Give me a second. I'll find it. But the guys that were in front of him.
Yeah, for me, he probably should have landed around somewhere in 15 to 17. Antonio Gibson was 15th. Jonathan Taylor was 16th. And then 17th was somebody he definitely should have been ahead of. That was Melvin Gordon. So right in that area is fine. I don't think that you could really make a strong argument for him to be ranked above any of the guys ahead of him. So they had Derrick Henry first, then Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones out of Green Bay, Saquon, Chris Carson, Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, Austin Eckler, Ezekiel Elliott, David Montgomery, Joe Mixon, Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Taylor. And then we get into the guys who are just, you got it. Go.
Yep, that's the list. That's the list right there. Yeah. Look, I think J.K. Dobbins could be up there, right? I think he's got the skill set to be that. But right now, he ain't better than Dalvin Cook, McCaffrey, Chubb, Kamara, Aaron Jones. That's Saquon. That's not even a question. He's not better than Chris Carson. Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt. I see no problem so far. Eckler, I was questioning because you don't really hear about Eckler because the team is bad, but he's had a great run.
He's been putting in work. What's up, Garnett? Garnett saying he's fine with his opinion. We know where he should be. He could easily be top 10 by week 3. Look, and at this point for me, it's not even a question of his ability, right? Because everybody thinks that he's super talented. Yep. It's the guys who are at the top of the list they've proven it longer. JK's got under 1,000 yards for his career so far, and so it's just it'd be kind of just disrespectful to rank him ahead of some of those guys.
Yeah, Davon says JK gonna be running everybody over. Yeah, look, JK he's nice. He's really good. The thing is, he doesn't get that many carries. Neither does Gus Edwards, right? They still have Lamar being the main ball carrier, which is why you can't put him. You could say, I think he might be better than this person. He might be better than that person, but they're not really put in a situation where they can prove it, right? And you can look at the yards per carry, and they're good. Him and Gus Edwards, but a lot of that has to do with Lamar, and this is what happens when you have a quarterback that can run like that. It was the same thing with Alfred Morris in Washington when they had RG3, right? Alfred Morris had 1,600 yards that one season. I mean, it was crazy. But he's not that kind of running back. But he benefits from having a quarterback that can run that way.
Z the Beast saying, "Stop it, Jose." Chris Carson, and yes, Chris Carson. Chris Carson had 11 and 1,200 yard seasons before this year, which was kind of a I mean, he was playing through a lot of injuries and everything. Like JK Dobbins came into the best running situation in the league, and he got 800 yards, and that's not his fault. I mean, he's splitting carries with Gus Edwards, and they're both behind Lamar Jackson. So, like, you can't make the argument to list him above a guy like Chris Carson, who's been putting in that work for years.
Right. Because, I mean, what's your argument for putting him above Chris Carson? Now, if you tell me, hey, I think he's going to be better than Chris Carson, I'm not going to argue that. I think he is too. I think if they start, if they start taking carries away from Lamar, letting the running backs run it more, especially letting J.K. Dobbins be that lead role, I think he can shoot right up this list. I don't think he'll be better. He won't be better than the top 5, but he can be, right under Saquon. Right under Saquon. But, I mean, we got to go off of what they've done. And Chris Carson absolutely has outperformed them. And, look, I know. We've had our arguments on here about Gus Edwards. I guess Edwards doesn't belong on the list, man. I'm sorry. Well, I'll say this. No, I will say this. I don't think rookies belong on any list.
No,
they just don't. They haven't proven anything, especially at running back, because as good as Najee Harris looks, and Travis Etienne look, they could be bust.
Yeah.
Right. They haven't taken a single snap. They could be bust. So you definitely have to prove it before you get put on any list, in my opinion. So you can go ahead and take them off. You take those guys off. I don't know. Maybe Gus Edwards could sneak up on there. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy, I mean, he's in the right role for him. I don't think if you put him in a traditional role where he's the lead back, he's going to get as many yards as you think.
Right.
All right. So
Click One says he honestly thinks JK is the best running back in the class. If you check the advanced stats and efficiency, he blows Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, and Gibson out the water. And that's fine, but you have to also take into account his situation. You know, I mean, that's a big part of it. Advanced stats in football are less useful than they are in some other sports, just because you can't really disconnect players' performance from their teammates. Everything is tied so tightly together. I mean, maybe the one thing would be like, wide receivers and them getting open on their routes. But, everything is so dependent on your teammates. Yeah. And so, his advanced stats look great. And that's fine. But, you still have to put in the work to get that kind of a ranking,
Yeah. Garnett West says it doesn't take a lot of carries to realize the talent that he has. It's about what he does after the initial contact. I agree.
Which is fine. And if he keeps that up over more carries and in a longer period of time, he'll be ranked at the top.
Yeah, Mr. J6. Alfred Morris had 3 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons and was still cast aside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what happened when he didn't play with RG3 anymore?
Well, yeah, those numbers went down every season.
Yeah. But J.K. Dobbins, I said it when he got drafted. He looks like the type of player, with or without Lamar, he can get his, for sure. With or without Lamar, he can get his. That ain't Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards is more of that Alfred Morris type, which is why they didn't have to bring him back, right? I don't have a problem with him. He's good in his role. He's a good running back, but you drafted Dobbins in the second round, and we don't need another running back splitting the split of carries that they're already getting. You know what I mean? Like, you're already running Lamar more than both of them, and then those two are splitting carries. No, just get rid of Gus Edwards.
Deshaun says Gus Edwards and JK are better than Pollard, Gordon, Singletary, all the rookies, and Eckler. First of all, no. You need to look into Eckler. He's absolutely not better than Eckler.
No, but better than Eckler, no.
Gus Edwards, I mean, listen, I'm not going to say he's not better than Pollard or Singletary.
No,
those guys aren't. They're not very good. Like, they're just kind of guys. But just Gus Edwards is just a guy.
Yeah.
And every fan base loves their own running backs. Fans love guys that run hard and everything. He is just a guy. I the same thing in Carolina when the fans fell in love with C.J. Anderson, and then last year they fell in love with Mike Davis. He's unbelievably replaceable.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up his stats. Austin Eckler.
Eckler had, this past season, he had about 900 total yards. Didn't have a lot of touchdowns, but only played in 10 games. The season before that, he had 1,500 total yards, and I believe it was 9 or 10 touchdowns.
Yeah. That's not that's not Gus, man. That's not Gus. And again, man, like we're not calling these guys. I think Dobbins will be once Gus's role diminishes a little bit, and Lamar's rushing, they get the rushing attempts down, and they lean on Dobbins more. You're gonna see the kind of player he is, and I think he'll be up there for sure. But you can't dismiss the fact that any running back that you put back there is going to benefit from having Lamar back there. It freezes the defense long enough to where that running back can run through an open hole, right? We're already a run-heavy team. Our O-line is mainly built to run block, and you have a quarterback that you absolutely have to respect. Even if you think he's going to hand the ball off, you have to respect the fact that he could hold on to it and run with the ball. That freezes the defense, and that gives running backs an advantage for sure. What you looking at?
Garnet saying it literally doesn't take a lot of carries or 1,000 yards to see how special JK is. The stop and go, cat-like reflexes and agility, crazy long speed. Edwards literally nothing but a compliment running back. Now, and listen, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying there, Garnet. We're just talking about the ranking because a lot of guys are like that. There's a lot of special talent at running back, and he just has to prove it over a longer period of time to be ranked ahead of those guys. Nobody's questioning his ability.
Yazar, what's going on, Yazar? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Let's
hang on 1 second, because we got a cash app again from Eric. Thank you again, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, man.
He says Harbaugh, stop running the ball with Lamar. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you. But me and B, let's make sure we're clear. You guys understand us. Dobbins is ranked too low. We think Dobbins is ranked too low. 26 is too low. He's better than that. B thinks he should be ranked around 15. I think he could be a little bit higher. But yeah, he's definitely not top 5, right? Yeah. What was that list? Maybe not even like top 7. Like, I hope you're not arguing that top 5 that he belongs up there.
Well, like Garnet said that he thinks he'll be top 10 a few weeks into the season, and I think you probably, assuming they give him the ball, I would agree with that.
He absolutely has that talent to be that for sure.
Because honestly, I think he's a better player than David Montgomery. I think he's a better player than Ezekiel. Eckler, I like Eckler because of his receiving ability, but I want to see more of that from JK. I think he's got it, but I want to see more of that from him. I think he's better than Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, Chris Carson. But it's hard to break into that top 6 with or top 6 or 7 with Henry, Cook, McCaffrey, Chubb, Kamara, and Aaron Jones and Saquon. That's real tough.
Deshaun said Gus went his first 100 carries without losing yards. That's not unbelievably replaceable.
Deshaun, what happened on those first 100 carries is they had a great O-line.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was Gus Edwards is the reason that he didn't lose any yards?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they brought in Mark Ingram. All right? Yeah. There's a reason.
And then drafted JK Dobbins and drafted Justice Hill.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Because Gus Edwards ain't special. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm down on Edwards. I like Gus Edwards. I'm fine with him being here. But I just feel like Dobbins is a better player. He needs to get the bulk of the carries. As long as Gus isn't splitting carries, and I know some people are like, yeah, he needs to be the main ball carrier. No, he doesn't. It needs to be JK Dobbins. As long as he's a complimentary back, like Garnett said, I'm cool with it. But he should not be getting a split carry workload. I think that's definitely a waste of pick. Because if you guys are saying that about Gus Edwards, then you're admitting that we wasted a second round pick on J.K. Dobbins. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, because it can't be both. Yeah. He can't be a top 10 running back and and you need Gus Edwards.
Because that's the other thing too. We don't give them enough carries to justify having that many running backs, right? We're paying for one. I mean, we're not paying Gus Edwards a huge contract, but we're not paying them nothing, and we spent a second round pick on JK Dobbins. So we're spending a little bit of capital on two running backs that the quarterback runs more than, So we're wasting our resources there. Deshaun says we had the same O-line all season, and none of our running backs, including Hill, did anything behind them. Hill didn't really get that many carries, though, did he? This is the same O-line that folded against the Chargers in the playoffs that year. I ain't forget. Who was the running back that year? That was
we were talking about Gus Edwards in that game had 8 carries for 23 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Gus is basically Lindale White. He says it a good way, but I can't take that in a good way.
But Garnett, but see, he said that, but Lindale White for 2 seasons was really good in the NFL, playing behind Chris Johnson.
He was really productive.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would say really good.
He was good. I think he had I'm not sure if he had 1,000 yards, but he had close to 1,000 yards, and he had like double-digit touchdowns.
Well, I know, like TJ Duckett also had double-digit touchdowns because he's the touchdown jacker. Like, I mean, there's a difference at times between being productive and being good.
Yeah, and again, I mean, look, I think he had like 17 touchdowns one year. You think Gus again 17 touchdowns? No.
If they put him in on the goal line every single possession.
But they don't.
Sure. But I'm saying if they did, that's how TJ got those touchdowns. King of Pugo says Cleveland literally has 2 number 1 running backs that carry Baker. Yes. That's the different comment there.
JK is better running back, but Gus is definitely a starting running back in the league. Okay, this is the one he's talking about. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Deshaun says he's not top 5, but he will be top 5 in rushing this coming season. Dobbins? No, he won't.
I don't think he's gonna get the ball enough to be that.
Yeah. I hope. Look again. I hope you're right, and he has the ability to be that kind of running back for sure. He has the ability to be that kind of running back. We're not saying that, but the situation is, nobody's gotten fired on this coaching staff, right? It's the same head coach, it's the same offensive coordinator, it's the same offensive scheme. They might pass the ball a little bit more. They might take the ball out of Lamar's hands a little bit more, but Lamar's still going to be running the ball a lot. He might lead the team in carries again, and it's going to be Dobbins and Gus sharing the load. Dobbins won't have enough carries to be a top 5 running back in terms of yards. He's not going to have the opportunity.
Lindale wasn't good.
Yeah.
Lindale was not good.
Garnett said, thank you, Jose. No, thank you, Garnett. That's the only way Lindale made his name. Chris Johnson did all the dirty work.
You can't, how you going to say that's the only way he made his name, but he was good? He was not good. He was not good. Man was good. A thief.
He was good for 2 years. He was damn good in college.
He was decent for 1 year. And the year that he even had the 15 touchdowns, he had 700 yards on 200 carries.
Listen, man, they were smash and dash, and he made his name in college because he led the
because he ate off of Reggie Bush. That's why.
He didn't eat off Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush ate off of him. Do you know who holds the record for most career yards, rushing yards in USC?
That's all right, man.
Lindale White. It ain't Reggie Bush. Lindale White.
Congratulations.
Lindale White has
the best players don't hold
yards.
any records in college.
Okay. Yeah. He was the man. Okay. Don't sleep on Lindale. He made a name for himself.
He didn't eat off Reggie Bush, but that roster was nothing but all-stars. Like your stats at USC mean nothing.
Man, it was such a fun time to watch college football, man. Like we don't we hate the NCAA now. Like they are so evil. But man, that was such a fun time.
Okay, go ahead and say he was trying to be sarcastic. Okay.
King of Pugo says I'd rather all Lamar's rushing yards come from scrambling. I agree.
Yeah.
The rushing plays that I hate the most that they absolutely have to get rid of is just those runs that he's going to run into a bunch of linebackers. Like it's not going anywhere. Like you drop a run to pick up, 2 yards.
Yeah, your QB powers.
Yeah, your QB powers on 1st and 10 that pick up nothing. It's just like you don't do that to your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know it's sinking in.
It's ingrained in me. I know, right? But you don't do stuff like that to your quarterback, man. Like no. Man, I'm about to go on a whole nother tangent about.
So yeah, to sum this up, I think by the end of the season, assuming they give him the carries, we'll be talking about JK Dobbins as one of the top running backs in the league. But for right now, before that actually happens, yeah, I mean, I think, right around 15 is fine for him, with the guys they have ranked ahead of him.
Yeah. All right. So we'll switch over to some NBA real quick, and then we'll do some bonus time, talk about whatever you want to talk about for a few minutes. And then we are going to switch over to the overtime show for our patrons. We just want you to know tonight, I say every week, we're not going to go as long. We end up going for like 2 hours, right? We have lots of fun. But tonight we got to keep it short because we are going to be doing the Lakers-Warriors post-game show, right? So that game starts at 10 p.m., I believe.
Yeah. So, post-game probably around 12:30, 12:45, somewhere in there.
So if you guys are up and you want to discuss some basketball, come through. It's our first live stream we're doing for NBA. We don't expect a huge turnout, but we're trying to grow the fan base a little bit. So if you're into basketball and you just want to hang out with us, we're definitely not going to be on there too long. But we'll discuss.
I can't stand Charles Barkley out there talking about, the Lakers can't beat the Jazz. They got to win tonight so they can play Phoenix. I'm like, okay, if you want to say it'll be a tough series, I mean, okay. But to say that the defending champs who got better can't handle Utah,
as long as everybody's healthy, they're the best team in the West. Like that's just,
you meant to say league, but that's all right.
West.
You meant to say league.
You already know who it is. All right, you're wearing the colors over there. Okay,
Spurs.
Brooklyn. No, Spurs ain't in it. Click one says, I don't think Lamar gets more than 800 rushing yards. 800?
Like, that's so many, dude. That's so many.
No, he's gonna have a drastic drop in yards. It's only gonna be 800. It needs to be 200. It needs to be 300 at most. He's already had his 2,000 yard rushing seasons. He doesn't need to get anything close to that ever again. Okay. Here we go, B. This is for you. I told y'all Tatum was legit. Listen, look, I never said he wasn't legit.
I never said he wasn't legit either. I just said he's not a LeBron, KD type player. Listen, tell me the difference between what Jason Tatum does and what Damian Lillard does. Because you wouldn't call Damian Lillard a LeBron level player.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all were in the play-in game against Washington. Well, not y'all. I mean, I know you're a Washington fan, but like that's where they were. They needed that 50 points to win a play-in game.
Yeah. All right.
Eric asking, why do you think the Ravens run Lamar, even though he suggests on throwing more? He's proven he can throw well. I think that Greg Roman is, he sticks to what he does.
He's limited in what he can do as a play caller. That's just what it is. Greg Roman isn't that creative. Like, he knows what he knows, and he might be able to. Well, not might be able to. He can do more with the offense with better talent, and that's what they got him. So I expect a better performance on the offensive side this year. Slightly better, as long as these guys can play. As long as Bateman can play, as long as Ben Cleveland can block, as long as Sammy Watkins can play more than 5 games. We can get more out the offense. He can do enough for us to win. He can, but everything has to be hitting, right? Everything has to come together for that to happen. He's not that creative. That's just what it is, and that's also why he can't stay long term, because he can't not run Lamar, right?
Yeah.
And Lamar is about to get the biggest contract for a quarterback, right? When he signs it at the time, it's going to be that. So you're making that big of an investment in your quarterback. you're not going to want to keep running him like that, especially when you know he can pass the ball, right? You know he's efficient. You know he's accurate. He does a lot with the little attempts that he gets. You know all that stuff. You're not going to keep a coordinator that just wants to run him. So he is on his way out one way or another. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Attitude Pub, we did not see the quarterback rankings for PFF. Did not see it.
No.
G-Star 007, what's up, man?
What's up? What's going on? I like Westbrook, but I think he plays too hard. Needs to slow down. Wizards didn't show up. Okay.
Deshaun saying Tatum wins more as the best player on those teams that included Kyrie and Kemba at certain points. I mean, okay. He also plays in a much, and I want to stress that again, much easier conference. So yeah, you got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he wasn't the best player on all three of those teams either. Right. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, Dame's going at it. I mean, I don't want to say by himself. CJ McCollum can play, but he's the man over in the West. It's a tougher road, so they haven't gotten as far. But the real answer is neither one of them has won anything, and that's my point. And you don't expect either one of them to win anything.
Yeah, I think the argument we had with Deshaun was Tatum was good. He's not a superstar, right? Like he's a star. Like in the NBA, you have all-star level and you have superstar level, right? Superstar to me, I don't know. Maybe your definition is different. Superstar to me are like the elite players, right? Or close, just under elite. And I don't think that's Tatum. He's definitely not an elite player. You're not saying he's elite, are you?
I think that is what he's saying.
He's definitely not an elite player. Like, where would you put him in terms? Like, where would you rank him? Where would you rank him? Like, he's not that. Deshaun says, as the best player on those teams that included Kyrie and Kemba.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Okay, yeah. Tupac wants to know who taught Greg Roman to be a coordinator because they must be a dumbass. Tony Hendo. I don't know where he came from. That's a good question. I don't know where. I know Jim Harbaugh. It was who he was a coordinator under. I'm not sure where he started, to be honest. What's going on, Tony Hendo? Curry for the win tonight. B. Tony Hendo thinks Golden State's going to take it.
Whatever.
Zeke Hokage, what's going on? Hey, thank y'all for joining the live stream. We got a few more minutes, then we're going to go into bonus time, and then we're going to do the overtime. We're going to do a quick plug real quick. So overtime, if you want to join, that's lots of fun. You know, you can ask Deshaun, you can ask Davon, ask Ferris, man. Like every week, we always spend way too much time in there. But we have a lot of fun. We talk about anything and everything. If you want to be a part of that, right above me, patreon.com/LBHT show. All right, we got two tiers, $3 tier, $10 tier. Right now, both the $3 and $10 tier will not only get you access to the overtime show, but also our fantasy football league, which we're getting ready to start, and our Pick'ems league, right? So, and both of those are going to have a prize at the end. We're going to have a championship belt for the fantasy football league. We're going to have a trophy for the Pick'ems league. So make sure you sign up. And right now, for a limited time, you sign up for the $10 tier. We got this nice shiny coin. Focus. There we go. All right. We got that. That's our founder's coin. There's only a few of them left. So once they're gone, we're going to have something else for the $10 tier. What?
Oh, no. One that said Tatum is in the Paul George realm.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
Well, okay. Let's break this down since we want to take it there.
Okay, Deshaun says he is elite. He's next in line along with Giannis when LeBron and KD pass the torch.
Oh my god,
damn, man!
Oh my god.
I would just, honestly, okay, that's what you think. I would love to know what you think happened to the Celtics this season.
Elite players don't barely get their team into the playoffs. Right. And so all right, he's elite. What is he going to do in the playoffs? I mean, they're playing Brooklyn in the first round. I mean, you already know what's going to happen there. But I mean, they had to play a playing game to get in, right? They had to play a playing game to get in. Now, I understand, yes, the Lakers are playing a playing game, but we understand that's because of injuries.
Yeah, and the same with Golden State.
Yeah, same with Golden State. Although, but, look, Curry was healthy, right? I mean, you could say he should have been able to just get them in. Do you think he's better than Curry, though?
No, no chance.
Do you think he's better than Curry, though? I mean, elite. How many players are in the elite category, Deshaun? Is it 5, 10? B, how many players would you put in the elite category? I say 5.
I would say 5.
I would say 5. I kind of set this up the wrong way, too, because I said superstar are kind of like the elite players. You can have more than 5 superstar players, I think. So if you think he's top 10? I mean, LeBron, obviously. LeBron, AD. I mean, we're just talking about our teams. LeBron, AD, they're up there. KD, Harden, Kyrie, right? That's 5 right there. That's just from those 2 teams. Who else are we looking at?
Well, I wouldn't put Kyrie ahead of him, just because Kyrie, when he's the man on the team, they go absolutely nowhere. So I wouldn't put Kyrie ahead of him.
I would. He's a better player. He's a better player than Tatum.
I mean, maybe. I think maybe they're on that. Maybe they're on that same kind of level. Maybe.
You're saying Kyrie's not top 10, Deshaun, but he's a better player than Tatum. There's no question about that.
If I had to pick right now, I mean, I would take Tatum right now because he's younger, doesn't have the injuries, and he's not a freaking weirdo.
But you're kind of projecting a little bit. If we're just talking about who's the better player, there's no question. There's no question it's Kyrie. All right. But all right, take Kyrie off. That's fine. He ain't better than Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? You put him ahead of Dame Lillard? I wouldn't. No, I mean,
I wouldn't put him ahead of Luka at this point either. It's just he's a very good player. I mean,
he's got better handles. He's not a better scorer. I mean,
Giannis, AD, and Harden. Yeah.
That's more. I mean, Deshaun, what say you? Is he better than Kawhi, LeBron, KD, Curry, Giannis,
and Jokic?
AD?
Jokic is in there too.
Right. I mean, I think we already named 10. Right? Is he better than any of those guys? Like, who's he better than? A play-in tournament in the East, man. That doesn't. I mean, and the team. You don't have scrubs on that team, yo. You don't have scrubs on that team. He's a good player. I don't want to. This is the Gus Edwards conversation again. I don't want to bash. I don't want to bash him. He's a good player.
Like I wouldn't take him. I mean, if we're talking about one season, because I mean, obviously he's very young, so you take him over some of the older guys. But if we're talking about for one season, I'm not taking him over Jimmy Butler.
He's saying, what has Luka done? I didn't mention Luka. What's Luka done to be better than Tatum? I didn't say Luka. I didn't.
No, I said he's not better than Luka.
Okay.
Well, no, I think Luka's a better player. I mean, if you want to talk about accomplishments, Jason Tatum doesn't have any, so that's a real short conversation. Like he doesn't have any accomplishments. So
I mean, to be fair, Luka hasn't either.
He doesn't. He doesn't, and that's fine. So and I'm not saying that Luka's an elite player. I just I like him more than Tatum. I think he's a better player than Tatum. But if you want to talk about their accomplishments, no, the conversation's over. There aren't any.
Look. The Celtics, they're going out 4 or 5 games, right? That's fine. They don't have it this year. And Tatum's still young. We're going to find out, Deshaun. We're going to find out, how old is he, 24, 25?
I think I want to say maybe even 23.
Yeah, he's still younger. So we're going to find out. He's still in that age range where, the game isn't as serious to him yet. Right, like this is just my generalization for NBA players. Right, you go through these phases. When you first start, you're only like 19, 20 years old.
Got it. Like when he said Paul George, I had a visceral negative reaction to that. Right, but like I can't even say he's wrong. I can't even say look.
Paul George is a really good player.
When it's all said and done, I think he'll be better than Paul George. But yeah, I mean, right now. I mean,
look,
that's kind of what it is.
Look, Paul George is a very good player. He chokes in the playoffs, yes, but he's a very good player. So that's not a diss.
No. But it feels that way because of the playoff stuff, But
yeah.
No. Paul George, he is a very, very good player.
Deshaun said you can't wait until OT.
I know, Deshaun. Just like you couldn't wait to talk about Chris Paul before you found out that he choked every single year. I know, man.
All right, let me go ahead and put this up now because we didn't really talk about the Lakers and Warriors, but it's bonus time, guys. We got a hard schedule tonight. We're going to be here for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we got to head to the overtime show. And it has to be short tonight. It has to be short. All right, it got to be short. If you guys want to hang out some more after overtime, come to the live stream, which will probably be around 12:30 or so after the Lakers game. And I know if the Lakers lose, some people are going to be showing up.
Oh, man. Memphis is stomping out San Antonio already. It's 23-6 with 6 minutes left in the first.
Dang. Yeah. Look, it was a good run for San Antonio. They went like 20 straight years without missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
Add to Pop says 1, Pat Mahomes, 2, Tom Brady, 3, Rodgers, 4, Russell Wilson. Are you talking about the PFF?
I saw Lamar at 8, so already no, I don't agree with it. Nope. Tom Brady's way too high.
Way too high.
So I would put Lamar at 2. Well, no. To be fair, I would put Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar would be my top 3. Then probably Russ, Deshaun, Dak, and then Josh Allen. And I think Tom Brady. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that he's out of the top 8, but I think he might be out of the top 8. I'd have to sit down and think about it.
Wait, who?
Brady.
Yeah. Look, Brady is the most accomplished quarterback of all time. He is not the greatest player of all time. All right, that's our opinion.
Baker at 10. Okay.
Look,
I don't want to sound like I'm hating on Baker, man. Like it's whatever. Fine. 10.
Yo, like it's funny. Like it's funny to me. Yes, Josh Allen had a better year than Lamar. But is he a better quarterback? No. No, he's not a better quarterback. Good year, excellent year, in fact. But nah, he's not. No way. If we're doing a redraft, are you taking Josh Allen over Lamar? No way.
No. And whoever I forget who put the comment earlier, Chubb and Kareem Hunt carry Baker. And listen, Baker, he played within it, right? And he played much, much better than he did the previous year. So credit to him for that. But yeah, I'm not taking Baker over a lot of guys when I know that you have to have the run game to carry him.
Yeah. Deshaun says, I'll gladly hate on Baker for you, B. He's not top 10. No, he's not top 10. He's not. And Baker is in that area, man. Like, he's going to his 4th year, and you still need to see him prove it. You know what I'm saying?
He's in danger of becoming Kirk Cousins.
Or worse, right? Like, Kirk Cousins secured the bag. Kirk Cousins is in that sweet spot to where he makes sure he has the stats to always get a look at, right? And get paid more than he deserves. Like, I can't even say he's Kirk Cousins. If he has another terrible year, it's not going to be.
Well, to be fair, Kirk got that off of like 1 year because early in Kirk's career, he was the most turnover-prone quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, he was awful.
So, but he wasn't the starter, right? So you didn't have 4 straight years of Kirk to pick apart, like you will with Baker.
But with Baker, he had a good year last year. He won a playoff game, so he's got some momentum. But that's coming off a terrible year where everybody thought you were going to be an MVP candidate, right? Yeah. And you went 20 for 20, right? But this year, I don't think, yes, people are still somewhat high on him, but there's still that reservation, man. Even from Browns fans. Where's Poonjent? Because I asked Poonjent, are you willing to pay him $40 million after this year? And he was like, no way. He's got to.
I heard you're not a real Browns fan if you would trade him for Aaron Rodgers. So why would you want to be a real Browns fan then?
Yeah. And Deshaun thinks Kirk Cousins is his ceiling at this point. Yeah. And can you win with that? Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, you're seeing what Baker is great at, right? A good run game, playing off the play action, all the things that people will say about Lamar. You want to have around 20, 25 passing attempts, no more than that. Play off the bootleg, right? Play off the run. You'll have him roll out. All that stuff. The safe passes. He can manage the game. He can manage the game in that way. And they show you that they can win that way. But how much do you want to pay for a player like that?
Just a quick update. Memphis is now up 32-11. Play-in might have been a bad idea, guys. Like, how are you just not ready at all for this game?
Deshaun says John Morant is one of his favorite players to watch. Hope they build a proper squad around him. They might, man. The Grinding House was fun to watch, man. Adjupop says, I ain't gonna lie. After the season, Lamar is going to take over and destroy the league. After this season, he already did that. And make defenders retire. And I think Lamar was made to beat Mahomes. Lamar is the chosen one. Okay.
King Bird says, Jose, you heard Julio is interested in the Ravens and Patriots. Okay.
Look, man, I don't want to get my hopes up.
My initial reaction was, please don't let him go to the Patriots. And then I remember Cam as their quarterback. I'm like, I kind of like that. Like that.
Yeah. If he lands in either one of those places, I'd be happy. And I'm not a Patriots fan, but yeah, Cam needs a bounce back year. We need Cam to do great this year. I don't want to get my hopes high, King Bird 56, man. I don't. I think that would be great. I know a lot of people might say, hey, we addressed the wide receiver position. We don't need to do any more. And I say we absolutely need to do more. We address the position with unproven players. I feel good about the players. I feel good. I feel even better with a player like Julio Jones. Okay. There is a high possibility that Rashad Bateman never turns into Julio Jones, the Julio Jones right now, because people forget Julio Jones is still a great wide receiver. And Rashad Bateman could be a very good wide receiver his career and never become a Julio Jones. That's how great of a player he is. So if he wants to play here, we need to make it happen. I don't give a damn about the edge rushers at this point. Like, just roll what we have. Get Julio Jones. If we get Julio Jones, I'll be screaming Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Keep the faith. Yeah, I'm keeping the faith, man. I'm keeping the faith.
I'll say this too, before we get out of here. PFF is doing a great job of being the topic, because they had another guy out there. I'm not sure what his name is, but he looks like he's about 13 years old. He looks like a little bit like Spike from Toy Story. He said that Tyreek Hill is the greatest deep threat of all time, which prompted hundreds of responses of pictures of Randy Moss.
Yeah, I'm about to say. He looked like he's 13 years old. That makes sense. He wasn't old enough to watch Randy Moss. Randy Moss, he was everything. He was everything. I've never seen a wide receiver as soon as he starts to run his route, just throw his hand up, like, go ahead and throw it. Like,
even PFF Sam, who did the running back list, was in there like, football existed before 2012.
Yeah. That's one of those things. Tyreek Hill is he's an excellent wide receiver, but there's only one Randy Moss, and nobody's ever going to be as dangerous as he was. Even Randy Moss at half speed.
Yeah. Even when he was washed at the end of his career in San Francisco, he was still averaging 15 yards a catch.
Yeah. Imagine Randy Moss with Lamar Jackson. See, King Bird, man, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. Yo, so Randy Moss, when he broke the wide receiver record, what was it? Most touchdowns?
23 touchdowns.
23 touchdowns.
Because Jerry Rice was very quick to let you know that he set that record in 14 games.
Yeah. People were saying Randy Moss was washed. He came from the Raiders, and he just wasn't interested in playing there. Didn't have great seasons there, and they thought he was done. And he got with Tom Brady and had the greatest season touchdown wise for a wide receiver. Right. You pair great players with great players, great things happen.
Yeah.
And we're hoping Rashad Bateman can be great. We don't know that, right? We don't know that. I'm happy about the pick, but we have an opportunity to get a great player. Get him. Get him. That's not going to stunt Rashad Bateman's growth. It's not going to stunt Hollywood Brown's growth. They will still be there. They'll still eat. And, Julio ain't going to be there forever, right? And if you are great, you'll step up regardless of who's playing on the other side of you.
Yeah.
So
having Julio didn't hurt Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. How many Super Bowls will we have with Julio? I'm gonna say two. Two Super Bowls, because Julio, like I said, Julio ain't gonna be here long term if we get him. 2 or 3 years, and then he'll move on. And hopefully by then, Bateman, grows into the receiver we want him to be, and Hollywood Brown, and we can win some more. Julio Jones can't teach Bateman. He doesn't need to teach Bateman. He just needs to come in and be great. Bateman needs to develop himself. He needs to develop himself into that player. It's not on players to teach other players. That's not their job, especially when they're still great at what they do. It's definitely not their job. He just needs to come in and be great. And Bateman just needs to take notes, soak in whatever he can, work out with him whenever he can, but he needs to put in the work on his own.
Yeah.
Right. And look, and Bateman looks good so far. What we saw a little bit in rookie camp. I just hope he continues to build on that.
You gotta give that one to Garnett. You gotta give him give your thanks to Garnett. He willed that into existence.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he's saying how many will we have with Randy Moss?
All of them.
Yeah. We're going to his 4th year. I would say at least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3 so far.
I mean, I can't imagine trying to defend a team that had Randy Moss going deep and Lamar running whenever he felt like it.
Yeah.
There's no defense for that.
I just want you guys to think about this. We could have had a team. With Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins with Lamar Jackson, paired up with Lamar Jackson. That team could be reality right now. That's not even a in hindsight type of thing.
Yeah.
We needed a running back when Derrick Henry was on the clock, and we traded back twice to get Kamala Correa. Derrick Henry was available. We could have drafted him. We needed a running back. Instead, we drafted Kenneth Dixon in the 4th round. Derrick Henry could be on this team. We could have had DeAndre Hopkins. Now maybe they wouldn't have traded him to us, but that's a possibility. We definitely could have gotten Diggs. You know. But we could have had Hopkins or Diggs and Derrick Henry on this team right now. What do you think we could be doing with that? How many games do you think we would have won? Yeah, Kingbird. Yeah. Makes you think. And those are moves that we absolutely needed to do. We could have made them happen, and we wouldn't be looking back right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to end it there. If you guys want to continue to the overtime show, which will be starting in a few minutes, right above me, patreon.com/LBHT show. Guys, as little as $3 a month. $3. You got $3, man? Come hang out with us, and if you're just waiting until the football season, cool, man. But I want you guys to participate. We're doing a fantasy football league this year and the Pick'ems league, and we'll be doing other stuff, man. We do bonus stuff for the patrons. So Tony Hendo says we only make moves for our defense. We pretend on offense. That's true.
Well, look, I'm gonna give Eric DeCosta credit. He went out and he got what I think are 2 good receivers in Bateman and Tylan Wallace. And, in hindsight, that makes the Sammy Watkins signing look a little bit better. You're not going to be relying on him as much as it looked like at the time. So, I'll give him credit for that. They have, since EDC has been the GM, they've drafted more wide receivers than anybody in the league. They've been bad at it. If Bateman and Wallace don't work out, though, you can't draft anybody else. You have to go pay for somebody.
Yeah, that's just what it is. And Click One, I see your comment, man. We just finished talking about that. Yeah. PFF, man, they're just out there for clicks. They're trying to get.
Seems like maybe you left the stream, Click.
That's okay. You got $3. Go right there, and we could talk about it more on the Overtime Show. All right, to all of our patrons, we'll see you in a few minutes. To everybody else, we will see you tonight. If you want to come back around 12:30, 1 o'clock, all right, we'll be doing the live stream for the Lakers.
And joking, click. It's not a. It's all right.
But we'll be doing a live stream for the Lakers and Warriors game. If you want to see more of us tonight, you'll see that. And we've been teasing it for a while. Old Man Gamers will be back tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna put out the video tonight. We got another channel where we talk video games. We finally did a video. So
you have a good night too. Thanks for coming through, man. And that is absolutely correct. He said Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice.
Yep, no argument there. All right, y'all, we're out of here, man. See you next time. Peace out.